Good evening, everyone, and welcome to WCFL DolFans Talk. Hope everyone's having a good night tonight. Mr. John, Mr.
What's
Tom,
up,
how's
guys?
everyone doing?
Can't complain.
Wouldn't do any good anyway. No one really listens.
You don't tell me.
Hello, Liz out there, and Mr. Polk. Glad y'all can join us. It's supposed to have a couple other people on, but I guess everyone's running late this evening. So, and I guess Maria will be on in a little bit if she's not working. I don't know. She usually has time. But, John, I'm going to let you start off and tell us about Canton.
Canton was absolutely awesome. My son and myself and Denise drove out Thursday, got there about 1:30ish, had a little something to eat, waited for Holly and Maria, DeRicky, Burke, Desi, all them. Met up with a bunch of other people at the hotel. Went to the game, the Jets-Cleveland game. Thursday night, we had a nice little private area right down the end zone, literally field level, seeing straight down the field. Morton Anderson came through in the second quarter. Hall of Fame kicker for the Saints Eagles. Big E set it up so that right after halftime was over, we went around underneath the stands, and Zach came out and saw everybody and signed stuff and talked to us, and spent like good 5-10 minutes with us. Friday was pretty much just hanging around. Went to the Hall of Fame. Toured that. Did the virtual locker room, which was really cool. Seeing all the busts and everything. We had maybe, I don't know, probably close to 100 people in the hall at 2:00 and sang the fight song. And there was a film crew there filming it. And then Saturday, got there about 9:30. Gates opened at 10. Maria and Holly had booked a private balcony just for our group. Sean Wooden came in before the ceremony started and hung out with us for a little while. And brought a former player with him. Can't think of his name. Former punter. Then after the ceremony, as soon as Zach's was done, Sean came back with Richmond Webb, Rogers, guy who played with us for a couple of years, and then went to Dallas and got 3 rings there and had his ring on. With he let you hold it, take pictures with him. Who else was there? Nat Moore was there. A couple other guys I'm forgetting now. But they just hung out in our private area with us, and we had all kinds of fans running up trying to get pictures and autographs that they weren't in our group, but they were fans, so they were just coming up and met a lot of nice people through that. Some of them came to dinner. Saturday night we had like 50 people at a restaurant. Some of the same old ones, and then some nice new faces that we met while we were there. They showed up and had dinner and stuff with us. Lee was there with his wife. Glenn was there with his wife and his son, Brandon. And, I mean, it just, whole lot of people just hanging out together.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of fun. And, I would have loved to have seen Zach again. But, it looked like a lot of fun. And, of course, I'm jealous because Zach is my all-time favorite Miami Dolphin player.
Yeah, I had Zach sign the back of my arm. My son's got a tattoo it on there.
Yeah, I saw that, and I knew exactly when I saw it, I knew what you were going to do. Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, Zach's one of my all-time favorites too. So
yeah,
being able to be there for that, and then him signing my arm, and I'm like, this is just crazy.
Well, see, I was just telling my wife today. I mean, Zach's story of just how he went through things. Oh, there's Miss Maria. Hello, Miss Maria.
Hey guys.
What's up?
John just told us all his part of Canton. Do you want to add anything?
Outside of the fact it was the most amazing weekend in the world. I don't think you could explain it any better than that.
Yeah. Well, I was about to
For,
say.
for all those
Go ahead.
out there that don't know Maria or have never dealt with Maria, if you want to go somewhere and she's going, just hook up with her. Do whatever she's doing. Like I said, she got us private area for the game, private balcony for the ceremony. I mean, it was you had all the food and drink you could want at both events. So anybody out there who's listening who sees this later on, if you're coming in for a game, if you're going to an away game, find out where Maria and Holly are going because they do an awesome job of putting stuff together.
Very
It was funny
Very nice.
because Sean Wooden, the day of the enshrinement, we were up on our terrace, and Sean Wooden is like, I don't know what you did to do this, but I'm going down to my seat, but I'm not staying there. I'm coming back and crashing your event. He says, and I'm bringing alumni with us. And sure enough, he did. He brought Tebow with him. He brought Nat Moore with him. He had Rogers with him. He had Troy Drayton with him.
Yeah.
Everybody wound up coming up. We literally took over. It was literally a sea of aqua. We were coming home and we were in the airport, and there was a Dallas Cowboys female named Angel Cowboy or something to that effect. And she's like, I have to tell you, you guys took up 85% of this enshrinement. Everything was aqua. She's like, you guys should be proud of the way you represented. I'm like, thank you very much. That's a really great compliment coming from a Cowboys fan.
Yes.
We did. Definitely. We took it over.
Well, it's, as I was about to say, you know, because Zach is my all-time favorite. I love his story of just where he came from and how everyone said he was too small to make it in the NFL and what he did and proved them all wrong. I was telling my wife today, I said, I see him. I got to tell him he needs to make a movie on his life on that and then get all the way to the Hall of Fame. I mean, they do it all the time on movies like that on people. His story to me is a story of never give up, basically.
Well, he was hit by a car at the age of 2.
Yeah, I believe it was a pickup truck, and he was on dirt, and it ran him over.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he wasn't supposed to live.
And then he almost drowned when he was like 10 or 12 years old. It's like 3 times he cheated death and still made it into college ball, the NFL, and in the Hall of Fame.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. His I know his whole story, and yeah, it would be a great movie. I think it would be a fabulous movie.
And Maria, thanks, because I forgot Troy was there. I talked to Troy for quite a bit. I got his phone number. I asked him if he would like to be on the show one time, and he's like, absolutely. I said, well, how did I get a hold of you? He goes, take my number, and he gave me his cell phone number. So if we ever want to get Troy on the show, he said he would come on.
No problem.
Yeah, Troy has actually done my Relay for Life a few times where he's actually come and done autographs at my relay. Troy is really pretty amazing.
Yeah, Troy's
I'm hoping that I get some of them on the cruise and that some of them will be able to do the golf outing.
Yeah, on the golf outing, talk about that some, Maria, please.
What it is we have the Patriots game the 29th, so we thought it would be really cool to do a DCC fundraiser on the 28th, because we used to do, and we still do, where we choose a night before a game to go bowling. So we decided actually to do a Halloween scramble golf outing at Madison Green. So it'll include the scramble, it'll include decorating the carts for Halloween, trick-or-treating on the course. It'll include a Halloween contest, raffles, silent auction, 4 hours open bar, buffet, and cocktail hour. And it'll be a costume party. And we've already spoken with Troy and them. So we're supposed to have a meeting with some of the alumni within the next week to see about having them come out onto the course.
Cool. Nice. Say
And that
hello
will
to.
be a DCC fundraiser as well.
I want to say hello to Adam Sadowski. Thanks for joining us in. If y'all are on YouTube, please be sure to hit like and subscribe. Yeah, I do want to. I'm going to send you. I'll get with you about Helping Hands sponsoring one of the holes.
Kiddo.
Okay.
Yep. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I'll see you Friday.
You got it.
Okay.
What kind of Halloween costumes when everybody's going to be dressed as Dolphins fans?
It's okay. So some could come dressed as an actual dolphin. But we could dress as any way as we want. We could come as Buffalo Bill's dead.
My costume that's always been good for me is I've been Frankenstein several times, and I could scare the piss out of some kids. Let me tell you.
We thought it would be fun. It would definitely be different.
Yes, it would be, and it sounds like a lot of fun.
So, all right, I'm actually at work, but I wanted to jump on to just say hello.
I appreciate it, Maria. I see you at work, and we appreciate you all the time. So,
okie dokie. I'll talk to you guys later. Fins up.
Fins up.
So, Tom, what kind of news have you been hearing?
I mean, there's been a lot of injury scares, holding our breath there with Waddle, and then Braylon Sanders had to get carted off.
Yeah, I think with Waddle, it could be it was his side, and from what I gather, he fell on the ball when he caught it and stuff. So it could be. Hopefully, he didn't break a rib or anything. Maybe just got the wind knocked out of him or something, because he walked off without limping. I do know that much, and he walked off on his own. Yeah.
Yeah, the last thing I read said it was just the wind knocked down of him.
Yeah.
It definitely was the ball.
But I got some decent pictures this weekend. One of my favorite is actually, let me find it here, is Chosen on his catch right here. That's a good picture I like that I got from the end. But he had a good catch on that, and it was good. There's Tua with Mostert.
Yeah, what happened to Wilson today?
I wasn't there. I didn't hear anything. Tom?
I heard he dropped the easy one. I don't.
No, I heard he was listed on one of the injury reports today as well.
Sorry, I was thinking said. That was my bad. I was thinking said. Yeah, I don't know. They haven't disclosed it. They didn't say that they think it was serious to miss time, but they wanted to have him hold him out for a couple days. And I think today was just a rest day for Mostert. There's nothing wrong with him because he didn't play at all today, and people are like, "What the hell's wrong with them?"
Yeah, there's people see. I mean, when we had the scrimmage game in the stadium on Saturday, and I found really the main reason they did it on Saturday is so they can show the Zach at the Hall of Fame viewing and everything. There were several people that weren't dressed to play, and people start assuming things, and you know what happens when you assume. So I
unfortunately, didn't happen.
Yeah. Here I caught Paris and those guys on they're on the Jumbotron there. So got that one there. I didn't trim any of these up. These are just a handful of ones that I took mostly in the stadium. That is the Jack Frost came to see the play on Saturday. See Jack Frost there?
Yep.
You see how white he is? Everybody was laughing at that. Yeah. I got a good kick out of that. There's another one. And then Paris turning around to the fans. There's Taco and I. And, of course, that one again. So it was a good time. I had a blast all week. Didn't get all the signatures I want, but I'm going to go down to the last 2 open training camps at the end of the month. I am going to make sure I get Hill on the helmet that I have. And I'm hoping he'll inscribe it Peace, Love, and Fins Up for me as well. Raphael, welcome, Raphael, and Kevin Hunts. Welcome, guys. Thank you for joining in. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. Oh, where'd John do? Or did I accidentally do something? Who knows?
Not sure.
There.
Sorry, I tried to hit chat to see what was going on. It kicked me out.
I didn't know if I did something because I don't have my mouse tonight. I got to get a new mouse for this laptop. This one died on me for some reason, so I'm using it all fingers and stuff. Luckily, I got a touch screen, so I can usually deal with things like that. Chosen is listed 3rd string on depth chart. Running back Wilson also had fumble. Same camp problems, high snaps from center, wide receiver drops, quarterback interception, and offensive lackluster, and D showing out. Well, as I said earlier on TFTG, yeah, it's practice, first of all. Practice is where they figure out what they got to fix, if anything, and they see who's really balling out to try and make the team. And the preseason games to me are them just figuring out who's going to be on the 53-man roster.
Well, you got to remember too, practice, they're not going to show everything because they know people are recording it and putting it out there on the internet.
Exactly. Yes, I know. And hello, Keith. Thanks for joining in, Keith Lamb. I agree. And people take practice so seriously and literally. And I hate the people that record things because the security's going around asking them, telling them no recording, and they just refuse to listen. And, I respect it. That's why you never really see any recordings of me, at training camp, except for before I go in and before practice starts.
Well, that's how people have become in real life. They don't care about the rules. They do whatever they want.
Yeah. So Mr. Polk's just saying, just for precaution, Jeff Wilson will not play against the Falcons. That's fine. I understand. There's going to be a lot of people not playing against the Falcons.
Listen, a lot of what you're going to see against the Falcons is 3rd and 4th string.
So they can figure out who really wants to play.
Well, and figure out who really fits the schemes. And listen, most of the guys you're going to see Friday, or when is it, Saturday?
Friday.
Most of the guys you're going to see on the field aren't even going to be on the roster come week 1.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's, except for, our quarterbacks, they'll be the only ones. And there's a couple UDFAs I'm really keeping a close eye on. Chris Brooks, for one. If anything happens to any of our running backs, he's going to be on the roster. He's been balling it out. Yeah, he's been balling it out the whole training camp. So
Aubrey Miller's been killing it, and then Ugarte or whatever's been killing it to D lineman from the U.
Yeah. Yes. We've signed quite a few people and have people working out for us this last week too. We've released a few, and so hopefully, something good comes out of it. They were talking about McDaniel's interview today. He said McDaniel basically said, it was 50-50 today, and he goes, that's 50-50 is not good enough, which that to me is just telling me he knows our team's better than 50-50. He knows there's a lot more to it, and they're not going to put everything out there on a scrimmage game to the joint practice and everything. 50-50. I'm happy with what he had to say.
And at this point, they only have, 10 days together so far? 15, 20 days going to cut OTAs? It's like
Right.
10 days of camp
Yeah.
so far. It's gonna be
Yeah.
ugly, sloppy. The only thing that concerns me is just the same stupid shit they did last year. Tons of pre-snap movement. Like there's so much
Yes,
motion
there's-
with this offense, so many moving pieces you can't jump. It's just giving plays away. It's
Yeah,
still happening.
it's Shake Money. Shake Money. Well, thank you for joining us, Shake Money. I'm going to put the link out there. We have very few in here right now, so it's no big deal. Yeah, it's gonna. It's there's been a lot of false starts in preseason snap, so I'm hoping they can fix that. I'm hoping it's not a repeat of last year.
I do think Isaiah Wynn looks good at guard. Eichenberg, I just don't know what's wrong. He just got to go. Just not getting better, not learning from mistakes, just terrible technique. It just can't. It's hurting me to watch. I mean, Jackson's not much better, but.
What's up, Taco? Yeah, I've heard different things. I take what I hear with a grain of salt because I really don't believe anything I hear, but only half of what I see. I mean, but while I was down there, for the most part, I was impressed with the defense. Shake Money's even gone out there and say that our defense is going to blow the Chargers away our first game.
Nice.
And I'm sticking with, they're not going to score more than 17 points against us.
I already called it. They're going to have 3 picks against them, and Holland's going to have 2 of them.
Holland's been, he's been on the quiet side, but he's been hot, and he's gonna have a good year. He's had the orange jersey on. Waddle had it on.
Oh, I'm sorry. What happened with Baker today? I heard Baker got hurt too.
Yeah, that was another name I saw.
Yeah, they didn't see anything about it. I'm sorry to cut you off there. I heard about that.
No, that's fine. Anything you hear, bring up. I haven't seen anything. See if I can find anything real quick. Let's see.
Yeah, I heard Baker, Waddle, and Wilson.
I hope nothing's wrong with any of them that seriously or anything.
Hey, it's football. Guys are going to get nicked up. Things happen. You get a cleat caught, you get somebody else out of position, you get the bumps and bruises. It's part of the game.
As long as it's not serious, it's good.
Apparently, no player wore an orange jersey today. And this was highly unusual, and quarterback 2 has suggested it was unlikely an oversight. So that means no player stepped up on Tuesday to impress the coaches to get the orange jersey. Miami players were very annoyed at the results of the first joint practice. Nothing there. Let's see. There we go. Shake Money. Talk up something. Let me see if I can find something.
What's up, Jake?
Guys, how y'all guys doing, man?
Have you heard anything about anything happening to Baker today?
No, I haven't heard anything. Not that I know of. I just been my mind's been out somewhere else for the last couple of weeks, but that's neither here or there. But man, I think this defense is doing pretty well. Considering A, we have the talent, and B, we have the coaching. So that's awesome. I'm not worried about the linebacker position. At least not now.
Well, I hope everything's good with you, family, and health-wise, and everything.
Oh yeah. No, I'm doing a wine certification, and I take the exam in 2 weeks. That's where my mind's been.
What is a wine? What is that?
Like a sommelier?
It's a WSET level 2, which is it's something that helps me in my career, pretty much. Wine knowledge, whatever.
Okay, wine knowledge. All right.
What's up, King DC? What's up, Daryl?
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
What's up,
Good.
brother?
How you doing, bro?
Fins up, man.
Fins up.
One thing I wanted to say though, one thing I do notice that the way he constructed the depth chart, he really doesn't have outside linebackers or inside linebackers, which leads me to believe that they're all going to be interchangeable at one point.
That's a good thing, I feel.
That's the way to go.
See, I looked at it more of just the coach playing games. You know, just list them all, put them in your order, make the other teams not be able to sit there and say we're going to scheme for this guy, or we know he's going to be starting.
I think Coach McDaniel
Baker hurts himself.
I think he's just utilizing everything that he has, and it's like he said, it's going to be interchangeable pieces that we're going to try to fit and get the best production out of each position. I think that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, because you know what I find particular is that on the defensive line, he kind of labels them, but except for the linebackers, he doesn't label the linebackers. He does label the defensive line ends and defensive tackle.
Yeah, like they're in a set position, but opposed to the other ones, I think he kind of is trying to work them in some kind of way at different spots within that defensive front, I think. Could be.
Now, see, I just found something that Bethel injured himself.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
Yep.
Yeah. He was forced to sit out for a few minutes that remained in practice, but I still haven't found anything on
All it says
Baker
is
yet.
that he hurt himself on the second play of 11-11, gets pulled out for Duke Riley and doesn't return.
They're probably just trying to make sure he stays good and safe, which is fine.
Hopefully.
Yeah, because he's one of my favorite players.
I wonder
Welcome, Mr. Polk.
Hey, I wonder how significant Waddle's injury might be.
I don't think it's going to be that significant. Hopefully, he didn't break a rib. Let's put it that way. He landed on the ball.
That's what I'm thinking. He was holding his side when he went out. I'm thinking that he might have cracked a rib or something. That's what I'm thinking.
But he's a young kid. He'll heal fast. And
oh yeah,
I've had broken ribs before, so I know what it's like.
That's why they invented the flap jacket.
Yeah. Two has had broken ribs.
Didn't he do that last year during the season too?
Yeah. What was that, Tom?
Didn't he do this last year during the season? He didn't break a rib, but he like was down for a few minutes from like a diver that like he landed on, like hurt his chest or whatever. I feel like I can't remember what game it was. Maybe Minnesota or Cleveland or I'm trying to think.
What's up, everybody?
He definitely did it in another game.
What's up, Mr. Winters?
How y'all doing?
Good.
What's going on, my brother?
Man, listen, man. I'm a little mad at you, Shake. I really wanted to be on Monday because y'all was talking a lot on Monday, and I really wanted to be on there. And you put up some points, Tyler put up some points, everybody put some points up, and I'm like, where's the stream at? Where's the daggone link? And it was not even put up.
All you got to do is message me.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I got to take over here for a minute because we have the man of the hour coming on right now. I am about to bring on the one and only Big E.
Ah,
Hey!
I feel like I just saw John like 3 days ago.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a little over a week ago. I saw you, Big E.
That's right. I saw you at training camp, and then I saw John. I feel like I spent the whole weekend with you, John, which was not a bad thing, by the way. We had a pretty damn good time.
Well, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then I left early Sunday morning to drive home. But I told these guys, and I'll say thank you and through here. Thanks for setting up everybody being able to meet Zach on Thursday night. That was absolutely awesome.
I didn't think that was going to happen, but man, I am glad it did because I think it made a lot of people's trips. It really made a huge impression.
And get this, guys, for anybody that doesn't know Big E, this is how unselfish this guy is. He set this up where we could get to see Zach. He went up the stairs, I guess, to wave at him or when he was done with his interview, and then stayed up there and took a video of everybody hanging out with Zach. He didn't even make it back down until what, the very end?
Yeah, I'd already talked to him, so like I didn't need to do it again. I wanted you guys to get this. So I just have to share, and I can only stay on for like 5 minutes, but I have to share how that happened. I had somebody who knows me from Twitter come to our group, and he's like, "Hey, I follow you." I was like, "I don't know who you are." His profile picture is a picture of a bluebird, so I wouldn't have recognized the guy anyway. And he comes up to me, he's like, I'm with the media. I've been doing this stuff for the last 3 years. He's like, "You want to go meet Zach?" This was the second quarter. I'm like, yeah, of course. He's like, "Well, if you go to this area, sometimes they go in and out of the actual Hall of Fame. If you stand over there, you might." I was like, "All right, it's a crapshoot. I'll go over there. Maybe I'll see him. Maybe I won't." And I went over there, stood there for 5 minutes. Zach happened to come out because he was going to do an interview. And I yelled. And after the interview was over, he came over. And he was talking to me for like 5 minutes, and there were probably 20 or 30 people surrounding me. He just was talking to me, and of course I was wearing his jersey. He's like, "I saw you at training camp," because I was in the front row at training camp on that day. And I was like, "Listen, we have 25 Dolphins fans about that are at the end zone. They would love to see you. I don't know if that's possible." And he was the one who said, "Bring him over at the end of halftime, and I will be sure to come out." And sure enough, I called him. I was like, "Hey," that's why I went to the stairs so I can get his attention. As soon as listen, he signed autographs, which cost a pretty penny in Canton, by the way, for Hall of Famers to sign autographs.
Yeah.
And he took pictures and he shook hands. And I mean, no one else was doing that. All these other Hall of Famers were there. Another story I heard is during the parade, he was the only one that got out of his car during the parade on Saturday morning and was signing autographs for Dolphins fans that were there. That's just him. I don't think he did anything special. That's just how he lives his life.
He was calling people over to his car. They were running out to his car.
Yeah, I mean, how cool is that? Like, you don't hear that about any of the other guys, and I think that's just shows you how special the guy is.
You probably missed it earlier. I told my wife today, because of Zach's whole life story. We've seen many movies made about different people. I think his whole life story would be a great movie, going from when he was a little kid all the way through college to the Hall of Fame and everything.
True. Hearing about, the whole thing with getting run over and, what was it too about the being in the flooded water on his mattress and stuff like that. I mean, it's like Rudy times two, right? The underdog story.
Yeah.
Exactly. An underdog story. People were telling him he'd never make it in the NFL, and he just proves everybody wrong, and he did it all.
Yeah, no, that's why I don't know if I'll be up there again because he's my favorite player. Like, even somebody asked me 3 years ago, "Who's your favorite player?" Zach. My only jersey that I own that's not a 66, which is kind of the jersey I wear. The only other jersey I own are 2 Zach Thomas jerseys. That's it.
I have Zach Thomas has been my all-time favorite player from basically his rookie year, really. I just the man was incredible, and he is what the linebackers follow this year. He made the linebacker what they are today.
Absolutely, and I have to say too, when he was talking about Junior Seau, I'm glad I was wearing sunglasses because I had tears, and it's like I had to take the glasses off afterwards and just kind of wipe away the tears because I knew there was going to be some emotion, but I didn't know that I was going to feel the emotion that he was feeling at the same time.
Yeah, neither did I.
And his speech was just so incredibly humble the entire time.
Yep.
He took no credit for anything. He gave all the credit to Jimmy Johnson, Junior Seau, Trace Armstrong, Jason Taylor, all the linebackers that he played with, his coaches from high school right through the pros. I mean, he's not a me guy.
Yeah.
And he gave credits to the Bills, Jets, and Patriots fans too, and I love that part. That was
Yeah.
Listen, guys,
Probably.
my wife is waiting for me. I'm gonna go talk to her.
Okay.
Talk to her now.
Well,
All right.
Thank you for coming on, man. Appreciate you.
Fins up.
Thanks, brother.
Enjoy
Fins
preseason,
up.
man. We got football on Friday night. Enjoy, guys.
I'll see you
Fins up.
Friday, Big E.
All right, see you there, guys.
Peace,
Yeah.
love, and fins up.
That's another amazing, humble dude.
He is. I love Big E. He's great.
Yes.
Actually, if it wasn't for Big E, I would have not gotten to meet Zach Thomas at DCC. Big E's the one who gave me the VIP bracelet. So, yeah, that's how I got. And I cherish those pictures you took of me talking with Zach Thomas, John.
Well, I had to take him. You're sitting in a wheelchair. You know, I mean, I'm like, I got to get pictures of Papa Paul and talking to Zach because you were more interested in just talking to him. You didn't even look for your phone or ask for a picture.
No, I know. And that's the way I am with a lot of people. I don't, if you ever notice tailgate and all that stuff, my phone hardly ever comes out because I want to meet people. I want to talk to them. I want to hear their story and stuff. And that's the way I am. It was just, I was in awe. What really got me in awe was when he told me he knew where I lived, basically.
Yeah, because he goes.
He went up. He went up here hog hunting with Manny Fernandez, and he was telling me they'd be in a, the dogs would be out there and stuff, and they get a hold of the hog and cut it, but then they would have to run and jump up in a tree because once you cut a hog, he goes nuts for a few seconds. The dogs can't even hold him down and stuff. But yeah, and it was just nice talking with him because he was just like he is, just a ordinary guy, but to me, he's more than just an ordinary guy. He's the man, and should have been in the Hall. He should have been a first round Hall of Famer to me.
Absolutely.
And he is a first round Hall of Famer to me in my eyes. So winners.
And, talk to me, man.
Go ahead, Mr. Polk.
All the time. When he came out, if I'm not mistaken, Texas Tech, and he became a Dolphin.
Yep.
That man gave his body to our team. I watched that man hit people and hit people to the point where toward the end of his career, all the hits and all the good plays he made, it caught up and sacrificed he sacrificed his body for the Miami Dolphins. So hats off to Zach Thomas big time. And you're right, he should have been in the Hall of Fame earlier than that.
Fully agreed.
Yes.
Fully agreed.
Chris Inez, how you doing out there, brother?
Bahana
Nana.
Hey, by the way, one of the moments that stuck out to me, Zach Thomas, was after a Jets loss. He said in an interview, he goes, "Hey man, listen, if you guys jumped off the bandwagon, I wouldn't blame you because we suck." He's like, he took accountability for the losses instead of, you know what I'm saying, sugarcoating.
He kept it real, man. He kept it real. When they won, we won, but when we lost, we stomped. That's just what it was.
So, Daryl, go ahead, Mr. Polk. Go ahead, Mr. Polk. Hold on. Go ahead, Mr. Polk. What were you going to say?
No, I was about to say real quick, the touching moment for me is when Jimmy Johnson went to his house. And showed Jimmy going inside his house and that he was going to be in the Hall of Fame. And I mean, that was very, I ain't going to lie, as a man, I got teary-eyed because I could see it was long deserving.
Yes, it was very long deserving, yes. Daryl, haven't had a really much chance to talk with you. I mean, I know you through your Facebook and your show and stuff. What made you become a Miami Dolphins fan, Daryl?
Well, I'm originally from Miami. I was born and raised down there until I was 13. I watched 13 play when I was 4, 5, 6, all the way till I was at least 10. But see, I was young then, so I didn't really know what I was witnessing until I got older, because my grandfather, he used to take me to the Miami Hurricanes games. He used to take me to the Orange Bowl. I'm from the Joe Robbie Pro Player Stadium era. That's what era I'm the Zach Thomas and Jimmy Johnson and Dave Wannstedt. I'm in that era.
Oh yeah.
So I've been around for a long time. But
Well,
what really made me a Dolphins fan is probably I gotta say when I saw Dan Marino break the record for the all-time leader in passing yards, that right there was a day that I'll never forget. And I just love the way he just took over football games. It was almost like he was just out there, just everybody else was in slow motion, especially when he got angry. When he got angry with the running game. If the running game wasn't doing what he needed to be done, he would get angry, and it would come to a point where you just could not stop this dude, man. It was probably some of the greatest moments I had watching him play growing up. I'm telling you, it was packed. Orange Bowl every time they played, packed. Every night, packed. It was an amazing experience. And then when they moved over to Joe Robbie Stadium, there was some great times in Joe Robbie Stadium as well. I had some wonderful times at Joe Robbie Stadium because I lived right off of 441. I was minutes from the stadium. You could hear the game from our house. So I just grew up around that culture and grew up around that fan base. And my dad, he used to go tailgating. Just imagine how much tailgating has evolved over the course of years, dating back from the 80s, the early 80s to 2023. Back in the 80s, tailgating was ahead of its time. It really was. Tailgating in the 80s and early 90s was ahead of its time. We just didn't know it yet.
So you grew up in Carroll City?
I grew up in Liberty City.
Okay, I heard you grew up down the street from the stadium, so that's why I say you grew up.
Man, I'm from one of the most infamous places in Miami. I'm from Liberty City, Overtown.
Well,
yeah.
You might know
62nd Street and 7th Avenue was a war zone. I lived right around the corner from that in the Sugar Hill Projects, right around the corner.
You was in the belly of the beast.
Yes. Edison, not Edison, but Northwestern. When I left Miami Northwestern was under construction when I left. So just think about how long ago that was.
Wow.
Yeah. They were just adding on to Miami Northwestern.
96. I know that they did a new building in 96.
Yeah, it was before that. This is when they did an ad. They added on to the school. They added on to it. This was what, 80, maybe 89, 90, something like that. I think I left Miami in 92, I think. I left in 92.
Thanks for the subscribing, Miami Music 305. Thanks for joining us.
No problem. No problem at all.
No, my grandfather was living in Miami in Hialeah before Miami was even a team.
Oh, wow.
And it's like I tell people, I've been waiting 50 years for a Super Bowl because I never really saw the 72 or 73, but I do remember the excitement on my grandfather's face and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that had to be.
So, but people are complaining, it's been 20, 30 years. We haven't seen a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've been waiting 50 years. I haven't seen it because at 5, 6 years old, you don't remember anything.
No.
Man, that is.
I've been waiting about that long, about 40 years. I've been waiting about that long, about 40 years.
All right, I got a question. Who is Red, White, and Blue Sports?
I'm not familiar.
I've heard that one.
I just wanted to join y'all. I hope it's all right with y'all.
Red, white. Yeah, it's fine.
I love Miami Dolphins. I just started watching them for Mike McDaniel took over the head coaching job. I fell in love with what he does, and I always been a Tua fan.
Okay, who do we got? MCJB just joined in.
What's going on, Papa? How you doing?
Oh, JB, how you doing, brother?
Well, I'm doing well. How about yourself? Hey, panel, how's everyone doing?
How you doing this evening? Great, happy to have you on.
What do you
What's
need?
up, NCJB? What's up, my buddy?
What's going on, Mr. Paul? This is Mr. Paul. What's going on, Mr. Paul? What's up, Shay?
Hey, man, I'm doing well, bro.
Hold on for a minute. I gotta take it in the living room. Just wait a minute.
What's up, MCJB? What's going on,
Who
my
let
brother?
this Gator fan in here? God almighty. I'm just playing. Get this Gator.
Won't you roll Tide out of here? Won't you roll Tide out of here? Roll Tide out of here.
Gentlemen. This is a peaceful, relaxing platform. We don't do that here.
I'm sorry.
Hey, when it comes,
Listen, MCJB, we know you're sorry. Just apologize.
I just did. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being a winner. I'm just playing.
no. It's great to be a Gator hater.
Yes, sir, Papa. Talk your talk.
But see, I'm not for Roll Tide either. It's FSU, brother. It's FSU all the way.
I had some cousins that actually went to FSU. They're from Melbourne, Florida, and she just graduated from FSU like 5 years ago or something like that.
You know, I've been an FSU fan for over 40 years.
That's awesome, man. I don't really have a problem with Florida State though. I never did. I like.
Is that Zach Thomas there, John?
Yes, it is on the Hall of Fame helmet.
Nice. You can give that to me for a Christmas present.
And then I bought this pennant with his signature already on it, but then he signed it right here for me when I was hanging out with him. So it's got the pennant signature and then Zach's signature right there.
Nice.
There we go.
Hey, Papa, how long are you going on for?
Oh, we'll be here till it depends on, we stay usually at least till 10, sometimes 10:30.
Okay.
10:45 at the very latest.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna have to let you go. I just arrived at the crib, my mom's house. I gotta help her with some things, but I'm subscribed, so I got the notification on Papa. Good hearing from everybody.
Thank you.
Fins
You
up,
too.
Fins up, everyone.
Fins up.
All right.
So, anybody? Hush. Lose my train of thought now.
Your dog excited about the Dolphins season. I'd be excited too.
Yeah, then we would be this year. How good are we gonna be?
We're gonna be good. We're winning playoff games. We're gonna be let's put it this way. We're gonna be AFC East champions.
I think you're right. I feel it.
I hope so.
If Tua can stay on the field, we'll be good.
He'll stay on the field. Winters and I were talking about this the other day. There's going to be some miraculous things happening this year, I believe.
I believe it too. I really do.
It does feel different. They just got to stay healthy.
Yeah. But, I mean, I think, I don't worry about things like some people, worry about things. They're all talking different stuff. I'd never worry about things I don't have control over. So all I can do is root for my team and support them in every way possible can. Oh, and by the way, for those of you who know about WCFL Helping Hands Incorporated, Lee Jodry has stepped down from vice president, and Paris Love is now our vice president. Lee's working too much, he says, and that's fine. I understand. He's got to pay for all these trips down and the tickets and everything. So.
That's good.
Yep.
Very understandable. Trust me.
But
Definitely.
I got, I feel I got a good one in Paris Love because he's a loving, caring, giving man like I am and stuff. Tom even knows how I am. When I sat there a few days ago or a week ago and told him what I got these items for, and he thought I was going to raffle them all off at that price, less than what I paid for them and stuff. And he goes, I know you're giving heart and stuff. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I do like to give.
Well, me too. It happens.
Yes, and that's why I love having you as the president of WCFL Helping Hands. And yeah, if anybody needs help with certain things, we're very limited right now. But if you're in Florida and things are tough, gas prices are gone way up.
Yeah.
Well, Florida, we're at $369, $379. Down in Miami, it was some of the places were $389, $399. And when Lee was down there for training camp, he's like, "Why is gas so high?" He was like, "We're only paying $2.85 and $3 a gallon up in Ohio." I'm like, "Lucky you."
There was a couple of places in Pennsylvania when we were driving through. They were over $4.
Some
It just
places higher. But one thing I do, and I drive I have a pickup truck, a Ram pickup truck, is I fill my tank up all the way, and once it get down to the halfway mark, I fill it right back up. I don't let it get below that because to me that's a way of of not having to spend so much money on gas.
yeah. You're still spending the same amount for the most part. It's just you're just spending less more often.
Hey guys, I'll return shortly. I gotta do my meds.
Take care of yourself, man. Thanks for having me on. I'm sorry for being late, brother.
No problem, man. I'll be back. I'm just about to administer these meds real quick. That's all.
I understand, Daryl. I do them every night.
Yeah, man. I'm about to take
it's hell getting old.
Yes, yeah, man.
Same here.
I'm about to be 46 this year, man. This
you're in the club.
You're still a youngin. You're still a youngin.
Man, this sucks.
Hey.
Join the club. Join the club. Listen, I'm doing the kids, brother. Join the club.
Hey,
Daryl, if this
bro.
sucks, wait till you get older. Wait till you get closer to 60.
Hey.
Yeah.
Holy hell. I don't even want to think about it.
Hey, bro.
Sure you do. It's better than the alternative.
I'm gonna be 60 in September.
Done.
You're gonna be 60 next month, Mr. Polk?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah, I'll be back in just a little bit. Y'all keep the fans talk up.
Yep.
All right, brother.
Okay.
All right, y'all.
Yeah, hey, I'll tell you right now, getting old's not for the weak at heart.
It's a part of life, my friend. Shit. That's just what it is.
I just wish I could be like some of these 90-year-olds that still move around like they're only 60 or 50.
Hey, listen, we got one on my block. I got one in my neighborhood right now. This woman, her name is Mrs. Oliphant. This woman is 90 years old. She moves around like she's like in her 40s or 50s. You would not know she's 90.
It's genetics. A lot of it's genetics.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I did all my crazy ass stuff, and it's catching up to me. And you guys will see how crazy I'm gonna be in the Philly game that weekend. But trust and believe, I'm probably gonna need a wheelchair after that weekend. I ain't gonna lie.
No, you won't, because you're gonna be so hyped up after we win that game.
The adrenaline is going to wear off. I can promise you that. Okay. I'll say the alcohol and the adrenaline alone will wear off.
The alcohol will wear off a lot sooner than the adrenaline.
True. But when both do, it's gonna hurt.
I got to this weekend. I met a couple of the guys. They run the clubs down there.
Okay.
Who's the gentleman with his beard is close to mine? He's got it more full on the sides. I forget which club he runs.
Okay.
Oscar, and who was the other gentleman?
Come on, NorCal. He has the beard too. NorCal.
No. I know NorCal. I know Mark.
Yeah.
From one of the local ones down there. They're going to all three of the games: Baltimore, Philly, Washington.
You talking about Ryan?
Ryan
Keeling?
Ryan Keeling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay,
I got to meet him this weekend. Very nice guy.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, because him and Stephen D rode down together.
Yeah, and then there was another gentleman that was with him. Oh, Angel was there.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a lot of club leaders, from that area that were all in Ohio.
Well, I got to meet Ali and Color at training camp, and it was great meeting those guys. And Color, the way he goes, you would expect a big guy and stuff, and he's not. But he's a hell of a nice guy.
That's one of the things about our fan base. I mean, I come down to the games from Jersey down there. I go to Ohio. Anywhere I go, I went on the cruise, and I keep meeting all these people. It's just,
Everyone, everyone, we love everybody.
Yep.
Well, they're saying that we have the 5th largest fan base in the world. So, yeah, our fan base is bigger than what people realize it is. Trust me.
Well, you missed it earlier. Maria was on for a little bit. She's working tonight.
Right.
She was, I don't remember exactly, John, but one of the Dallas fans, a girl, came up and said we rocked the place at Canton. Said we probably had 85% of everything was Aqua.
Well, it wasn't quite that much. There was a lot of Jets fans. There was Cleveland fans. But there was a lot of Aqua and Orange.
Nice. Yeah, you guys definitely.
There really was. And I got to meet a lot of people this weekend that we weren't Facebook friends. We were just meeting. I would hand them my phone and go, "Oh, you're on Facebook? Punch your name in. Friend request me." I told quite a few about this show on Wednesday nights, and they're like, "Really?" I invited a couple. Said, come and watch. It's on YouTube. It's on Facebook Live. It's, jump in and see it.
John, Saul didn't hear about who you invited, and he gave you his number.
Saul.
Dolphin winners.
Oh.
Yeah, tell them about who you invited to the show and.
Oh, Troy Drayton.
Wow.
Yeah, I got to hang out with Troy after Zach's induction. He came up to where we had our private party, and I told him about the show, and I said, "Listen, we'd love to have you on one day." He's like, "Oh, I'd love to come on. I love Dolphins talk shows." And I explained to him, ours is very easygoing. We just talk. Nobody's yelling and screaming over each other. And he's like, "That sounds great." I said, "All right, how do I get a hold of you?" He goes, "Take my number."
Wow.
So he gave me his cell number so that, I could pass it on to you guys if you want to get a hold of him or reach out to him and set something up. He said he'd be more than happy to come on.
John, you just got to sit there and find out what his availability is, and you already know. You contact one of us, and he's on. It's not a problem. Yeah,
that. Troy's really nice. He's kind of a quiet guy. At least when he's, I've met him a couple times at different functions and the DCC. This weekend, he's a pretty quiet dude. I mean, he's a big dude, but he's pretty quiet. He's not out there being crazy and.
Sounds like me.
I'm trying to think. I'm so bad with names. One of the guys from England was over that I've met a couple times, and he's just absolutely nuts. I mean, he actually got invited to Zach's party after the enshrinement.
Martin.
You talking about Robbie?
Or Robbie?
No, Martin.
Martin. Oh yeah.
Martin, and he brought a friend over with him, and I'm friends with him now on Facebook, and like I said, I'm horrible with names. But his buddy was really cool. He was there basically to babysit him. Keep him out of trouble, but somehow they got invited to Zach's party after the induction.
Wow.
Yep. Came all the way from the UK and then got to go to Zach's after party. And I was screwing around with like all the wives that were there that came into our party. I'd be talking to them and be like, "Hey, where's the party later?" And they were just looking at me like, "I can't tell you that." And I must have tried it like 3 or 4 times just to see if somebody would slip up.
Right.
Because I'm like, if one of them slips, I'm going to the party.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
But I couldn't get anybody to tell me where it was.
Papa Paul.
Yes, sir.
I just got a message for Paris Love. He said, "Can you send the invite to his email?"
I just sent it to him. I just sent it to him. I forgot about. He gets it through his email, and I forgot all about that, and I'm feeling terrible now. So.
Oh no, it's okay.
Yeah.
Nah, Paris is cool.
I love Paris.
Well,
yeah, I know. You already know I love Paris. He's my brother from another mother.
There you go. Same here. Same thing with Dolphin Winters, because Winters is one of the coolest dudes I've got a chance to come across.
There he is.
Yo, Paris, what's going on?
What's up, Paris?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Good to see y'all. Good to hear from y'all.
Well, I already let everyone know that you're my VP for Helping Hands Incorporated, Paris.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to try to do my best. I'll try to do my best.
Just be you. That's all I ask.
I don't think you want me to be me because I'm a little crazy. So.
Hey, Paris, has that ever stopped you? Has that ever stopped you? No.
That never stopped me.
And like
that reminds me of a joke. This guy goes in for a job, and the boss says, "Tell me about yourself." He goes, "I really don't want to. I want this job."
That's me. Wow, that's me.
John, someone's saying they love you, brother. I don't know who's on Facebook saying that.
Yeah, we can't see the names. You got to tell us your name if you're on Facebook because we can't see it. It just comes up as Facebook user.
Yeah. No, Paris, I picked you because you're loving, caring, and giving. And you like helping people just like I do and stuff. And we're gonna help a lot. You and I and Tom and anybody else in the group. John, Maria, we're gonna be helping a lot of people out at times.
Sound like a plan. Sound good. Yeah, for sure.
So have you heard from any of your contacts in the last couple of days on the training camps? What's been going on?
You talking to Paris?
Yeah, talking to you, sir.
I don't hear from nobody. Nobody don't love me like that. You already know. John don't even call me no more. I don't know why he don't call me no more. I mean
they figure I call you. They figure I call you enough for all of them.
Hey, listen. The last time I talked to John with me, you was way up there watching the softball game, and me and him took a picture together, and that picture blowed up across social media. That's the last time I talked to John. Then when I saw John, he was up there with Zach Thomas. I'm so jealous. Oh man, he get to meet the man.
Well, he got Zach Thomas to sign his elbow.
Oh my goodness. You got to make a tattoo of that elbow. Don't watch that elbow.
Oh, no, it is. No, it is. My oldest son's a tattoo artist, and he was with me this weekend. So when we got back to the hotel Saturday evening, he put a piece of paper over it, traced it, then put cellophane over it and traced it and put it in his book so he can recreate exactly where he signed it and put it on there for me.
Oh, that's going to be bad there.
There's not a lot of players I would do that for, but Zach is definitely one of them.
Most definitely,
yeah. That's first class. That's first class, man.
Absolutely.
And then there's another guy. If you guys go through some of the pictures, and I'm not sure exactly who put it up. His last name is actually Marino. I met him on the cruise, and on the cruise he was getting a lot of the guys. He probably got like 4 or 5 signatures on his arm. And we got to Puerto Rico. He went straight into town and got him tattooed. This weekend he got like 4 or 5 more that he had to go get done.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
Wow.
That's
wow.
That's cool.
That's different.
That's cool. That's gonna be awesome there, man.
Well, he said to me this weekend, he goes, I have a bunch of collectibles. I got these guys' signatures on helmets and jerseys. I don't have any room for it anymore, so now I'm just going to have them sign my skin.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, cool.
By the way, John, it was Denise Marie.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Denise drove down. She left her house. Well, she left around 6 o'clock Wednesday night, got here last Wednesday when we were having our show, and I said I had to go. That's because she had pulled up.
Yeah.
She came in, spent the night, slept on the couch. We got up Thursday morning, and my son and her and I drove out to Canton. And then Sunday we drove home and got all the stuff out of my car. She drove back to Massachusetts.
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah.
So, hey, listen, I tell people all the time, you come to Jersey, my door is open. You need somewhere to stay for MetLife or just on a vacation. You just want to come up to the Jersey Shore? Let me know.
Cool, man. Make sure that refrigerator full, so I'll be there next weekend.
No, listen, I'm a bad host. You walk into the refrigerator yourself. It's always full. I tell people all the time, they come over, I'm like, go get what you want. I don't care, but I'm not doing it for you.
Exactly.
Once you're in,
Your family.
That's right. You come over here, I don't care. Bring your beer, bring whatever, throw it in the fridge. I always got food. There's snacks. There's plenty of food. There's another refrigerator downstairs in the freezer. You want something to eat? Go get it. Cook it.
That's my man.
I am not a good host. You can hang out with me all day long. We can sit around talking, drinking, telling stories, but you want something to eat? Get up and go get it.
That's what I'm talking about.
I hear you on that.
Dolphin Winners, you ready?
Talk to me, man. You already know I'm ready. You already know I'm ready.
What time it is, man?
Right now, I'm thinking like this. We are literally a month away from the opening game against the Chargers. I am literally about a month and maybe about 6 days before that New England game, week 2. So trust and believe, like I've been just counting them down. I've been counting them down, and as every day gets closer, it just feels like Christmas is about to come.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. My whole thing is like, like I'm just to a point right now. I'm excited to see what this defense is going to look like. I'm looking forward to seeing, because what I've been hearing is the offense did not look that good today, from some inside sources. The offense needs to pick it up a pace. But it's practice. And I said this on Shake Show. Like about less than a week ago, and I'm going to keep saying this. We're talking about practice. I want to see it translate on the field like everybody else. My whole thing is this.
Yeah.
If this gentleman that we just brought in, Fangio, and that's who I'm talking about, if he is the guru that we feel that he is, we should sit there and make a statement within the first 4 games. Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. And if the offense clicks the way we do, I'm gonna be the first one to say this. I'm gonna say this publicly. If we are down by 17 points at halftime of any game, I am not worried. We are down 21 points at halftime, or even at the end of the third quarter. I am not worried. The end all be all is this. This team is built to win right now. There's no more excuses. No more.
Yeah. Well, if we're down 17 or 21 and a half, then something's wrong with the defense.
You're absolutely right. So that's when they got to go in. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys. The game against Detroit, we were down. We came back up. The game we were in Baltimore, that was miraculous. I don't know if we're going to do that one again. I don't want to see a game like that again. I mean, it was fun to watch. It was fun to be there in person and all, but I don't think my heart can take any more of those.
Exactly.
But I'll be honest. I really believe that it doesn't matter how, we can be down. This team is built to just score like this. So I think we can outshoot with the best of them. Period.
A little thing I'm going to read here from one writer that I guess Tua claims that the offense is using these training camp practices to test out what works and what doesn't.
Right. That's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, but that might be some of the reason why they're not looking that good as they're learning what's working and what's not,
Right.
And as the writer says, let us hope that is the case because head coach Mike McDaniel's unit should be progressing since this is the second year the team's installing this offense, not regressing. Well, you know what? they're not going to show you what you want to see at training camp.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And think about it. If your offense is still figuring things out, what plays what don't, and they're playing a top 5 defense, they might not look all that good all the time.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
You know what?
Absolutely.
Let me say this. I got John. I got all these diehard Dolphin fans on his Ponyo. I mean, all y'all guys. Now I know this tape is going to rewind, and people are going to come and watch this tape. Now, to all these diehard Dolphin fans that's right here now, I'm not going to mention no name on the outside. I got a certain guy inbox me saying that, look at this, Tua look like garbage and all this. He's not going to be good. Now, for that particular fan that said that, I want you to know that you got all these, John, you got Paul, you got Winters, you got all these Dolphin fans right now here, right now on this live. Now one of these fans concerned about Tua. They're not concerned about none of that. You got to understand, just like John and Paul, when they say it's only training camp, it's practice. They're going to get better. And now let me go on the record. Miami Dolphins going to blow the hell out of the Chargers. I'm just going to put it out there. I just feel something about revenge. The Dolphins going to put Chargers only behind soon, and I can't wait to see that game.
But I tell you what, the one thing I hate last year is when I'm like, it's second quarter, whatever, we got it in the bag. I'm like this, you know, and next thing you know, third quarter, I'm like, the fuck? God damn it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we got it in the bag, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, we just let them come back on us. I'm like, I want to be like that one game. One of my favorite games, Dan Campbell was the interim head coach. We played against the Houston Texans. We whooped their ass from beginning to end. That's what I want to see, man.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be beautiful, right?
I mean, like, we'll sit there and say it like this. The reality of it all is we have a bullseye on our back, gentlemen. Our team has a bullseye on our back. When Tyreek comes out in July and states that we're going to win the Super Bowl and he's going to catch 2,000 yards, that is a bullseye. They're going to use that as bulletin board material. They are definitely going to use that. So we have a bullseye. We have the second hardest schedule in the NFL. That's just the reality. These first 8 games are going to be hellacious.
Yeah.
It is not going to be anything easy about none of these games. Statistically, we should wipe up the floor with a couple of them, but stats don't even go so far for me. Period.
Yeah.
I got to see it. Because I'm not going to be Ray Charles or Stevie about anything. I need to see everything.
And one of the bulletin boards materials that Tua needs to have is everybody saying, "Oh, Justin Herbert should have been the pick. Justin Herbert should have been the pick." We're gonna show Tua's got to show them that that Sunday, hey, this is the reason why they picked me instead of you.
Exactly. Yeah.
There you go.
And I think, Shake, as you said earlier, the defense is going to, that first game, the defense is going to show them what we're all about.
I believe that. Yeah. Yeah, that defense is going to be something else, man. I can't wait to see it. I mean.
You know, there's news articles saying, you know, and people saying that Fangio isn't happy with the defense and all. But he's a perfectionist, and he's one of the greatest because of what he does. He's not going to be happy with it. Probably never really, you know, until we win the Super Bowl.
That's it. That's it.
Listen, if he gets happy, he gets complacent. If he gets complacent, we don't win.
True.
Very well said, John.
Very well said, yes.
Well said. Well said.
He is not going to. I don't care if we go 17-0, win the Super Bowl. If he comes on as a coach and says he's happy, he's done.
He's done.
You know.
Well, I mean, shit, if he does win the Super Bowl, I ain't got no problem with him saying that shit and then say he's done. I have no problem.
He can retire then.
Great coaches are never happy because
Never happy.
There's one thing in the NFL, and it's very few things in life, but in the NFL, no team has ever played a perfect game.
Right.
It's not possible. You're playing against other professionals. Everything you want to do is not going to work out the way you want.
Yeah.
So they're always striving for perfection.
Yeah.
They just can't get there.
Well,
I
I don't want to. I'm not going to bring up names, but I know there's someone who's, because he's not in watching or anything right now. He's not on the panel. Someone who's always so negative, and yes, winners, you know who I'm talking about. And he's like, didn't you hear Fangio? He's not happy with the defense. What? I'm like,
practically.
It's like he's not going to tell you he's happy with the defense.
Right.
But here's the thing. Coach McDaniel said he wasn't happy with the I guess the training camp or something like that. He wants more out of the offense. So that's right there is a sign that he wants the offense to play better. So that's a good thing.
That's a good thing because he knows the offense can be better.
Oh yeah.
Right. Exactly. So expectations are a little higher. So he wants these guys to meet their expectations, not just one.
Exactly.
If Tua can stay healthy,
Tua's going to stay healthy.
I hope.
If he misses 2 games, I'm fine with that. As long as he's around for the playoffs.
I'll say this. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be Debbie Downer on this. Tua has to stay healthy for a whole season. Tua has to stay healthy for a whole season to show not just the organization, but show the fans that he is the quarterback that's going to be able to lead us for years to come. So he has to play the whole season.
Here, and I agree with that, but I'm going to give you a little scenario. He's out 1 game for a minor injury, and the team we're going up against, they're not worried about a whole bunch, and they don't want him to aggravate anything any worse.
Yeah,
and then the second game, they hold him out because we already locked down the AFC East.
I mean, I respect that. I can do that. I'm fine with that. But if I'm a GM, if I'm Chris Greer, for everybody that's saying that Tua deserves the bag, you got to show me that you're healthy enough to last a whole season and that you're durable enough for me to give you that type of money for at least 3, 4, 5 years. Okay, the average right now, wait, hold on. The average right now for the quarterbacks that just got the bag is at least 250-ish, 252, around that average. So if you know Herbert, which does not have a playoff win, got the bag, you know if Tua gets the playoff win and Tua takes us further than we want him further, that we need him to take us the AFC Championship and or the Super Bowl, you're going to give Tua the bag because they just gave him the bag in Philly. They gave Jalen the bag in Philly.
Yeah.
They gave Lamar the bag in Baltimore, and Herbert got the bag in LA. He's going to definitely demand the bag if he does exactly what we need him to do.
Yeah, I agree. That's true.
I agree with you. I agree with you. But like I said, I will accept if he misses 2 games. I'll accept it because they don't want to make anything worse than what it is.
True.
And they hold him out that last game just because they don't feel like they need him and they don't want to take a chance on anything happening.
Right. You're absolutely right. Whoever said that, you're absolutely right. He is going to be under a microscope the whole season.
I believe that's.
Listen, he's been under a microscope since the day he got here.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
He had a target on his back.
he needs to learn how to get rid of the ball. That's all he needs to learn to get rid of the football when he needs to live.
Yes, and he's actually been working on that in training camp. I've seen it.
And if he can get that down, he'll be good.
Yep,
And also,
I agree with you.
Bulked up too. He's bulked up.
Yeah.
Also,
He got this.
he got big, and I like that.
But you know what? The reason a lot of people have not been seeing Miami Dolphins offense click like that in training camp, because Paul, remember at the scrimmage, the Miami defense just was flowing. I mean, they was running that field. That defense was here, interception here. They was moving around. That defense looks good. That's why that
Well,
offense wasn't pushing out like that, because that defense looked very good at the scrimmage. They look real good.
yes, yes. Winners, you missed it earlier. I did show some pictures that I took at training camp. I do got to show you though. Jack Frost was at the training camp.
Oh yes, he was, man. It was hot too. I don't
Yep.
know.
Jack Frost was at the training camp.
Yeah. It was hot too.
I believe it. I don't know how he made it.
He's already melting.
I was about to say he had to melt. He's had to melt by now, bro. Y'all, because I mean, Papa Paul told me it was supposed to like 100 and something degrees. Like that's how it felt down there around that.
Well, yeah, the feel like was in the 110s.
Yeah.
I don't know where he come from. I mean,
because I got in my car one day and my car said 100 degrees.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't exist no more. You might as well call him condensation.
Yeah, puddle. He's a puddle at the bottom of the stairs.
I'll be sending some of those pictures to you, Paris, so you can do your thing.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Because let me see. Here's
what is the update on Waddle?
What's the update on Waddle?
That's minor, man. That's nothing serious. I had a meeting. I had a meeting tonight with the administrators of Dolphin Nation 305, and some of them was saying that it's really minor. He was down for a couple of minutes, got back up on his own, and he'll be okay. He'll be ready to roll.
Okay, good. That's good.
He'll be ready to roll. You know. Oh, look at that picture there. That's awesome. Who that
also
guy with that 305? Oh, who that guy with that? Oh, look at Finn right. and Superman. Oh, I see that. Oh,
yeah.
Hey, could you believe that stadium? That stadium was, I mean,
the lower level at one point before the rain came. The lower level was like 3/4 of the way full.
Yeah, 3/4. It was full. It was going around the circle, right?
Yeah, it was 3/4 of the way full. I mean, it was incredible to see the lower level for a training camp.
For a scrimmage game, that lower level was almost full. Could you imagine Friday this preseason? Now, if that lower level was like that, I got a good feeling, man. We're gonna have a not. I ain't saying sold out, but it's gonna be packed. It's gonna be packed this Friday.
Yeah, here's a good picture I got of on Friday where Chosen caught this pass here.
Oh, that's awesome there. Yeah. That's awesome.
I'm actually going to make a copy or two of that and send it to Jonathan. He said he's going to see about getting Chosen to sign them.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I just can't wait for football season, man. I'm so hyped up.
See, there's a good close up of Skylar and Tua.
Tua, yeah, that's right.
And you look, he's got his neck is bigger than what it was last year.
Yeah, you're right.
That's the thing. We got good quarterback roster. That's another reason why I feel very comfortable about the season coming up, because of Skylar, because of Mike White. You know, I feel very comfortable with our quarterback roster and our running back roster. You know, even whether Dalvin Cook comes or not, we got a good running back roster. So
well, yeah,
you know, I'm
and honestly, I don't think with what we have for running back, I'm happy with, extremely happy with.
I gave up on Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, I think we all have given up on Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You trying to tell me our quarterback roster wasn't good last year?
Not with Teddy Underwater.
What happened?
Oh, come on, Paul. That's your favorite quarterback. Stop that shit.
Hey,
yes,
Here we go with this shit again.
I mean,
You know that was your MVP quarterback. You wanted him over to all along and all that.
Yep, and I'm 4'11", 110 pounds, and that's just my third leg.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was happy with our quarterback roster last year, but I feel even this year as well. You know, so
Hey, listen.
I'm cool.
Terry is from my neighborhood. He's from my neighborhood. That's the only reason why I like him. But I don't know what he did last year. So it's different.
I think he thought he was still playing for the Saints.
When he,
Yeah, why
when
you
he,
treating him like Calvin? Hey, Paris, you treating him like Calvin from McDonald's. That's not cool.
yeah, man. But you know what, man? When he, what was it? Was it the New York Jets game when he came out there on the first snap and went back and he never came back? What's that? The New York Jets game?
Yeah, it was the first snap.
Yes. Sauce Gardner.
And,
Yep. A safety.
And then you get Holmes. That Holmes went out there and got injured, came back in there and played, and he get just a little tap, and that was it.
Well, it was a week after the Bengals thing with Tua, so they were like, "Oh, head injury all the way through."
Well, man,
it was a joke, bro. Was there?
Yeah. I think look. I think we did good with getting Mike White. I still believe that he's not the quarterback that's going to put that ball out there. I truly believe that Skylar Thompson is going to win the second place. Mike White is good coming in, giving it to the running back, the tailback, and let them run the ball. I mean,
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that.
Where did Mike White come from? Where did
Mike White was at the Jets.
Okay. Oh, okay.
From Miami area.
But he's been in the league 4 years, has started 5 games, and only has 2 wins.
Got 2 450-yard games, though.
But look, though, here's the plus side now. Here's the plus side about Mike White. I do believe that he's going to be a better quarterback than Paul said, Teddy Underwater. So
yes.
I think he's going to be a better quarterback. I do give that. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
But you see, the game but once in 3 years.
Yeah.
You see, Teddy
didn't win. Teddy didn't win.
You see, Teddy finally got signed on another team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, he just got signed. I think it was yesterday.
What did the Patriots?
No, he's
Detroit.
The Lions.
No, okay, yeah.
Yeah, the Lions. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys, I gotta get going.
John, it's a pleasure, brother.
Okay, John.
Pleasure as always, John.
Peace, love, and thumbs up.
Thank you for the stories, brother.
I'm actually going to jump too, though. I got to wake up early.
Really,
hey,
Tom. It's been a pleasure.
Tom, take it easy, brother.
Fins up.
Take care, brothers.
Yep. Go ahead, Paris.
All right, then. What if this happened all over again? Teddy go to another football team. He just got signed. Tannehill went to another football team, and they just start doing well, doing good like Tannehill. I mean,
first of all, Tannehill was the QB1.
Yeah, I know, but
Teddy is a scrap.
It's like every player that leaves the Miami Dolphins, they go on Super Bowl or
not the Detroit Lions, no.
I'll be honest with you. Wait. I'll be honest with you. That team came out strong at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they did.
And I'll be honest with you. Here's the thing. They got better after they played us.
Yeah.
I understand that, but Teddy's not going to be part of that responsibility.
No.
But I understand what Paris is saying because all the years I've been watching the Dolphins, seem like sometimes we'll let certain players go. They go to another team and they blow up. And
Wes Welker.
Wes Welker was one of them. It's a tough,
I hated that.
Yeah.
When we got rid of Wes Welker, I hated that.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to do?
Is that good popcorn, you think? I like it.
We got rid of Landry, and Landry was awesome, man.
That
was a bad boy when he got to the Browns.
Well,
didn't that have Jay Ajayi also?
Yeah, don't remind me, please.
Yeah, Ajayi, I love him.
Oh, that's right, because he went to Philly. I forgot about that.
Listen, my phone blew up. So you know how many messages and calls I got when Ajayi got traded to Philly, and I had to just put on my. I literally put it on my Facebook, and Tyler probably knows this, and he probably remembers this. Yeah. I put on my Facebook. Philly's gonna win the Super Bowl because Jai went to the Eagles.
I remember.
I posted that as soon as that move was made. I said
I
Philly's about
remember.
to win the Super Bowl just because of that move. Because they already had a running back core here. They already had a running back core here, and he was just a piece of the puzzle that they needed. That's all it was.
And look what happened.
And look what happened.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles.
And look what happened to Sue. Look what happened to Sue.
Yeah. A perfect example.
No dark. I said.
Came in and said, look at my wait. They just signed Miles Jack today.
Wow.
Literally.
Who signed?
Philly.
Who signed them?
Oh,
Philly.
What?
Well,
I
is
think
it
they're gonna win the Super Bowl. I really
Philly ain't
do.
gonna go. Philly ain't going nowhere. I'm calling it.
now, winners? Isn't Landry a free agent right now?
Yeah, right
Landry
now.
signed with,
think-
no,
Did he sign?
No.
he signed somebody. He signed somewhere. I think he's with New Orleans, if I'm correct.
Okay, then he just signed in the last day or two.
Yeah, I think he signed with New Orleans, if I'm correct. If somebody can correct me, please do. But I think he might be signed with New Orleans.
Oh,
We don't have Ali. We don't have Ali, the
I
fact
can look it
checker.
up.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Pope.
Nah, no problem. I keep my iPad next to me anyway. Okay.
Thank you.
No,
But
no
yeah,
problem.
I love Juice, but Juice is going to want a lot of money, and Juice is not going to come here for a hometown discount. He's not doing it because he wanted the bag. That was the reason why he left that in the first place, because he wanted the bag, and he wanted to be paid like 20-something million. And you can't pay a wide receiver 20-something million. You're not going to be able to make any type of moves whatsoever.
Yeah.
With any other position. So, I understand everybody sitting there talking about don't sign Christian Wilkins. I still say, because if this man has I'm gonna say this, if this man has a monsters production, you better sign him.
I think he is. I think he is. He gonna produce. He gonna produce. Yeah.
That's how
Okay,
I feel about the Cook, though.
Yeah, man. He's gonna produce, but you can tell when I was out there, a Christian want that money.
He want that money. He do.
He want it, and he's gonna get out there and show up like he always do. The man good, Christian good. I like him,
And also too with those three guys that we talked about, Landry, Jay, and Sue. Remember who got rid of those guys? That was Adam Gates.
Yeah.
So he went mad and started getting the winning, that I call it that dog attitude to win.
Yeah.
Okay. Jarvis Landry is still a free agent.
Oh, he's still a free agent? Okay, my bad. I'm happy. I was wrong on that.
Somebody need to sign him, man. He's a good wide receiver. I like him, man. I always liked him.
But he's older now. Here's the thing. He's an older wide receiver now, and he has to understand that the market for an older wide receiver is not going to be the same for a guy that's a younger guy. And it's kind of crazy to say that.
Come off the sideline. Come on, man. Bring him back to Miami.
Right.
Well, Sue is still a free agent too.
Man, Sue got a ring, so he good.
Right. He do got a ring.
But we need depth. If we need depth, we can always, consider grabbing him or Akeem Hicks.
Yeah.
As far as on the defensive line, because we are a little bit thin on our defensive line. We need to have a little more depth.
We need to build on our defense.
But as we were talking earlier, I am not worried the least bit about running backs with what we have. We don't need.
I love what we have. Yeah, I like our running back.
I'm looking at the players that I know aren't going to make the roster right now because we're only going to keep so many running backs. We can't, keep all of them.
Don't we got Raheem Mustard?
Yep.
Yeah.
I did him.
Our rookie A-Chain's going to be something. They're talking. The team's talking about him. And when the team is talking about a player, there's something up with that player.
A-Chain, that boy is a bad man.
As I said earlier, what you missed when there's Chris Brooks, UDFA.
Yes.
He has been burning up camp.
Nice.
He had
And
I think he had a 96-yard touchdown.
Nice.
So yeah, he's been burning up camp, and
Bad man.
he's gonna, if he doesn't get picked up on waivers or anything, he's gonna be on the practice squad, and he'll be the first one in. Don't say somebody will get him.
No, if he
Somebody
goes on the
get him.
practice squad,
He's good. He's
Yeah,
just that good.
if he's
No,
that good, Paul, and Paris is perfect. Paris said it perfectly.
I
If
know
he's-
that. I
If he's
know.
that good, somebody's going to claim him just like that.
Just like that.
on the
Yeah.
practice
I
squad,
know.
because I
Go
thought
ahead.
it was hard to since he's a rookie, it was hard to grab a rookie off the practice squad. I'm just guessing now.
I don't know how a lot of that works. If Tom was still
Yeah,
in here, Tom
gotta
would
check
be able
into
to
that.
tell us.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's 10,
But I
20
hope
guys. I
Mhm.
think we're gonna call it a night at this point. Any last words from anybody?
Hey, listen, thanks to everybody that tuned in tonight. Thanks for Red, White, and Blue Sports for joining us. Paris, thank you for joining us as usual. Thanks for Tom and John for coming on. Thanks for Daryl Crockett for coming on. Sorry for my partners, y'all. Just weather has been crazy up here, definitely.
No, nothing to be sorry about, brother. Things happen. Thank you, everybody, for just watching, joining us. Daryl, Shake Money,
Mr. Polk too.
Mr. Polk. I love Mr. Polk.
Hey, I love you guys too, man.
Thank you, Red, White, and Blue.
Yeah.
With that, all I got left to say is peace, love, and fins up, family.
Fins up.
Fins up, y'all.
Fins up. Super Bowl.
Fins up.